It's a little more for hunting, reaching out and touching somebody, longer range stuff.
So is that like a muzzle? I mean, not a muzzle
It
size.
is actually the same muzzle device that was on my other 300 Blackout. So all this does is when you fire a weapon, all of this hot gas is going to travel down this barrel, right?
Yep.
And then blow out the end with a big fireball. This cuts down on how much of that fireball actually flashes so that it doesn't give your position away.
Gotcha.
Eventually, I would like to run a suppressor on this. Currently, I am not made of money, so that's still a pipe dream.
How much does a suppressor cost?
One for this one, I think the one I looked at was about $1,000.
Okay.
And with the way that the government is going right now, if I were to buy one today, I would probably still have to wait a minimum of 6 weeks before I could ever lay hands on it. Because when you buy a suppressor, you have to go through the NFA paperwork. I can't remember what all it gets into. There's a lot of questions and ATF documents and government red tape you have to go through.
Gotcha.
But if the legislature goes through to remove suppressors and short barrel rifles from the NFA, you can buy it straight off the shelf and take it home that day.
Shit, okay.
So this gun operates exactly the same as the one we just looked at. It doesn't have the Gucci bolt carrier like the other one, but this is more of kind of a workhorse. So if we were to pop her open, see that she's clear, there's nothing in there. And this one, as opposed to a red dot, has a magnified scope. So if you want to run that through the camera, one through there. I think that is 3 times normal magnification.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah. So this will actually go up. The more I turn that, the more it magnifies. So here, Philip and I went to the range, and on this setting, I can hit a target at 500 yards, but I'm not a good enough long-range shooter to really pull that off with some level of consistency. So 500 yards is a little further out than I'm normally going to shoot.
Right.
100 out to about 300 yards, I'm lethal with this thing all day long.
So, where do y'all go to shoot at? I know he's from Athens, right?
He actually took me down to the range in Danielsville that he goes to.
Okay.
It's a very nice range. It's expensive.
Really?
For 2 hours for me, it was $70.
Okay.
So not terrible, but we can go down here to Pops. And use their indoor range and be there for 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, gotcha.
And it'll cost us like $10.
Gotcha.
So it's worth it for what they have and for the stuff that they're doing. But it's also not, hey, I'm going to go to here every single day.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I would love to. But then I'm also going to need an ammunition supply sponsor because I'm not going to be able to afford that.
Gotcha.
So this guy, you picked the short one up, how light it was, right?
Yes.
And me the phone, and we will trade and show the weight difference. There we go.
All right. How do I hold this bad boy?
So this is where your hand's going to be, just like the other one. That goes on your shoulder. You can either grip this one under here, or you can grip it up here. You have options. Oh, dang, dude.
Oh, okay. It's like high definition.
Yes, sir.
And so it has to be like more up here, like on my shoulder.
So that gets into, we have different face sizes.
Right.
This gun, if you look right here where your cheek's resting, I can actually take a couple of Allen wrenches and pick that whole thing up if you feel like you're dipping your head over too far. And then that creates a nice stable position for your neck so that all you're doing is pushing back into your shoulder. Fire it away.
Gotcha.
Heck yeah, dude. You got her.
Yeah, that gun is a little bit heavy.
It makes up for it though, because I can take these bipods. and essentially sit here like this. That bipod's got the majority of that weight. So all I have to do and then like that. And as long as I am clear behind me and I have a good stable position, from a spot like this, I can work my way around and just point, 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 play shots wherever I need to. Oh, excuse me. And that is not a super expensive bipod. At some point in the future, I'm probably going to upgrade to one that's a little better.
Yep.
See how that one's not super stable?
Right.
It works for what I need, but it's also not the best thing on the market. So that is my hunting rifle. And then I've got just the standard, normal old black rifle AR. She's really, really pretty good too. This one, I've got to do just a tiny bit of work to.
What type of work and why?
So, just a second. Oh, shit. If you look right in here, this is called your gas block. This is what determines how the rifle cycles. So when you squeeze the trigger, all the gunpowder that was in that cartridge is starting to burn and create gas.
Oh, okay.
Travels up to this gas block. There is a tube that runs all the way back down into this body that exits in this tube. You have a buffer spring and a buffer weight in this tube. So as that gas hits that buffer, throws it backwards, that's what cycles your bolt, picks up the next round, and makes it a semi-auto.
Oh, okay.
So this one, again, completely unloaded. Normal bolt. You got a little brass marking right there. So every time you shoot and that round comes out, occasionally they'll hit stuff and it dings up the finish, but it doesn't really hurt anything. Hey, this one works. Cool. So this is your standard run-of-the-mill AR-15. Shoots a 5.56, basically a 22 long rifle on steroids. It's a fantastic round. They're great. This one is lighter than the long gun that we just picked up.
Yes.
But that barrel is the same
length. Okay.
So this one, you are good with this one. With the right optic, you could get out to 500 yards. Yeah. That's actually a rifle like this is what Phil is using to get out to 500 yards with. It's fantastic. He is super freaking talented with a rifle. I, on the other hand, am effective to about 100, 150 yards with this particular setup.
Gotcha.
But again, it is much more stripped down. There's not a whole lot going on here. It's just a gun. Point, click, it shoot. This thing, so we have a Palmetto State Arms lower, a Rock River Arms upper, standard Rock River Arms barrel. We've got a CRCM muzzle device on it. So you see those big open slots?
Yes.
So all of that gas that we were talking about in this gas block, well, whatever doesn't get caught here travels out the end of the barrel. This then vents it out to the sides, and if you notice, there are vent holes on the bottom.
Perfect.
So what this does, as you are firing that round and those gases are coming out, if it were to all just come straight out the end, it's going to push this gun backwards and down.
Oh.
So to get around that, they cut these slots in it. So that way it keeps it stable side to side, and you've got just a little bit of venting on the bottom to push it back up so it doesn't push it down. That helps keep you on target so that you can sit pretty much in the same spot. Deep, 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 deep.
Yeah.
You get to hold this one too, just so you can see the weight difference.
Okay, this feels much, much lighter.
See? And it's literally the same length barrel. And I've got that optic on so you can peek through there and actually see that dot as well.
Yeah, I see the green dot.
Now, the nice thing about the AR, and it's something I just noticed on you, you're like jamming that thing up into your ear.
Oh.
So we'll slide that forward, bring her down so that this is in line with your shoulder, send it back so that you have a nice feel between your arm and your shoulder. You actually squeeze this lever and that whole thing will slide. So you can set different points for where you're comfortable.
Gotcha.
Here, if you'll take the phone, I'll set it up. So I'm thinking 1, 2, maybe 3. So see, this setup is actually a little bit short for me. You see how much bends in my elbow?
Yep.
You want the round part of the stock planted firmly in your shoulder.
Okay. I was trying to go too high.
If you're up here, it'll still work. It's going to beat the snot out of you at the end of the day, especially if you run a couple of 100 rounds through it. You're going to feel it a little bit.
Gotcha.
If you're planted like this, you'll get just a little tiny bruise. You can run the thing all day long and never think anything about it. So try that and put that round right on the front face of your shoulder.
All right.
Beautiful. Look at that. Yes, sir. Clearly see through the optic?
Yeah. This is
good. That's what we want. Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
All right. Basically, that's the safety rundown. You've gotten the points of it.
Yep.
The next step is one weekend when you got some time, we'll get together, we'll go to a gun range, we'll put all of this into practice.
Got it. Thank you.